Fear is a signal that something is important for you to do and not to stop. So start adopting this habit of daily practicing these problems. Definitely you will see huge advancement in your preparation. And let's get started to find the finite Fourier sine and cosine transforms of the function f of x is equal to sine ax. So in between 0, pi. So first of all I have to find finite Fourier sine transforms. The formula for this is very familiar, that is the Fourier sine transforms of the function f of x is equal to integral 0 to L f of x into sine n pi x by L of dx. So here L value is nothing but pi and f of x is nothing but sine ax. So from the question f of x is given as sine ax and L is equal to pi. Now I'll substitute the value of pi here. So if I substitute the value of pi, then see here, that is the Fourier sine transforms of the function f of x is equal to integral 0 to pi. What is f of x value? F of x value is nothing but sine ax into sine, this is n pi x by L is nothing but pi into dx. So here if you observe, this will be integral 0 to pi, this is sine ax. If I cancel this one, this is sine nx into dx. Now what we have to do, we have to multiply and divide with 2 for my convenience. So we have a formula ready here as 2 sine a into sine b. What is the formula for that? That is cos of a minus b minus cos of, this is a plus b. So here this is a value and this is b value. So Fourier sine transforms of the function f of x is nothing but half times of integral 0 to pi. This is cos a minus b. This is cos of, what is a here? Ax minus b is nothing but nx minus cos of, this is ax plus nx of dx. So which is equal to the half times of integral 0 to pi. This is cos of, if I take x as common, this will be a minus n into x minus cos of a plus n into x of dx. We know that the integration of cos is nothing but sine. So the Fourier sine transforms of the function f of x is half times of, this is a sine of a minus n of x by, for x it is 1, this is a minus n minus, this is a sine of a plus n of x by, this is a plus n between the limits 0 to pi. So the upper limit is pi and the lower limit is 0. If I substitute the same thing, see what will happen. That is Fourier sine transforms of the function f of x is equal to, this is half times of, this is a sine a minus n into pi by a minus n minus, this is a sine of a plus n into pi by a plus n. If I keep 0, this is minus sine 0 by a minus n and minus of minus, this is plus, this is again sine 0 by, this is a plus n. See, after substituting everything, I have certain formulas that sine n pi value is 0 and sine 0 value is 0. So everything is 0 here. Sine 0 is 0, sine 0 is 0 and this is also n pi, it is all 0. So we have Fourier sine transforms of the function f of x is equal to half into 0 minus 0 minus 0 plus 0, which is equal to 0. When if, see here is a condition that if a is not equal to n. So if a is not equal to n, then Fourier sine transforms of the function is 0. So if a is equal to n, see what will happen. In the same function, if we write, if we take the condition that a is equal to n. So in this formula, if I take the Fourier sine transforms of the function f of x, integral 0 to L here is pi, f of x here is sine ax, and here see this is the step This is a sine n pi x by pi of dx. So here, if I keep the condition that if a is equal to n, so in place of a, if I write n here, then this will be integral 0 to pi, that is the sine, in place of a if I write nx, and if I cancel this, and this is also nx into dx. So this will be integral 0 to pi, this will be the sine square nx into dx. So if it's a sine square nx into dx, so this can be written as integral 0 to pi 1 minus cos 2 nx by 2 into dx. So this is equal to, this is half times of 0 to pi 1 dx minus half times of 0 to pi. This is cos 2 nx into dx. So this is nothing but Fourier sine transforms of the function f of x. So this can be written as Fourier sine transforms of the function f of x is nothing but half times of x between the limits 0 to pi. And for this, the integration is nothing but sine 2 nx by, for x it is 1, it will be 2n, between the limits 0 to pi. If I substitute this one, so this will be half times of, this is pi minus 0, and this is half times of sine 2n pi by 2n minus sine 0 by 2n. As you all know that sine n pi value is 0. So this value is 0 and sine 0 is also 0. And what remains here? So Fourier sine transforms of the function f of x value is pi by 2 if a is equal to n. So we got a function that the Fourier sine transforms of the function f of x is equal to, so it can be written as, see here, 0 if a not equal to n, where n is an integer, and pi by 2 if a is equal to n. So this is the value of the finite Fourier sine transforms. So first of all, we found finite Fourier sine transform. Later I'll find finite Fourier cosine transform now. For that there is a formula ready here as, see, for that the finite Fourier sine transform formula is for that, what is the formula here? That is Fourier cosine transforms of the function f of x is given as integral 0 to L f of x into cos n pi x by L of dx. Here from the question, what is f of x? F of x is nothing but sine ax. So our f of x value is nothing but sine ax, and our L value is nothing but pi. So I'll substitute each and everything here. Then Fourier cosine transformation of the function f of x is equal to integral 0 to pi. What is f of x? That is sine ax into cos, this is n pi x by, what is L here? L is nothing but pi into dx. So I can easily cancel this one, and later I can write this as integral 0 to pi. This is sine ax into cos nx into dx. Now I'll multiply and divide with 2 for my convenience. So this is of the form 2 sine a into cos b. Then what is the formula? That is sine of a plus b plus, this is sine of a minus b. What is a and b? So ax is a and nx is b. Now I'll substitute. Then the Fourier cosine transformation of the function f of x is nothing but integral 0 to pi sine of a plus b. That is the sine of, in place of a I have ax plus nx plus, this is the sine of ax minus nx of dx. So this I can write as Fourier cosine transformation of the function is equal to half times of integral 0 to pi. This is sine of a plus n into x plus the sine of a minus n into x of dx. If I integrate, see what will happen. Fourier cosine transformation of the function f of x is equal to half times of minus cos of a plus n into x by a plus n minus, this is cos of a minus n into x by a minus n between the limits 0 to pi. So we have to substitute the upper limit minus lower limit. That is Fourier cosine transformation of the function f of x is half times of. If I keep the upper limit, then this will be minus cos of a plus n into pi by a plus n minus, this is cos of a minus n into pi by a minus n. If I substitute the 0 here, this is plus cos 0 by a plus n. If I keep the lower limit, this will be cos 0 by this is a minus n. So this can be written as, see, if I take this minus as common, then Fourier cosine transformation of the function f of x is equal to, if I take minus half as common, this is minus as common, cos 0 is 1. So as you all know that, I am writing here that we have cos 0 value as 1. So this value is 1 and this value is 1. Now I am going to substitute. If I take minus outside, then this will be cos of a plus n into pi by a plus n plus, this is cos of a minus n into pi by a minus n. If I take this minus inside, then common, then if I take this minus, then this is 1 by a plus n plus 1 by this is a minus n. So later what we have to do, that is Fourier cosine transformation of the function can be written as, that is Fourier cosine transformation of the function is equal to minus half times of, this can be written as minus 1 power a plus n by this is a plus n plus this is minus 1 power this is a minus n by a minus n, and here this is also minus 1 by a plus n minus 1 by a minus n. So if you observe a small trick here, so if a plus n is even number, so if this is an even number, a plus n is even number, then see there are two conditions here. If a plus n is even, see, if it's an even number, if it's 2 for example, so minus 1 into minus 1 will be plus. Then Fourier cosine transformation of the function f of x is equal to minus half times of. So for example, if it's positive, minus 1 into minus 1, then this will be 1 by a plus n, and here also minus 1 into minus 1. So this is also plus 1 by a minus n minus 1 by a plus n minus 1 by a minus n. So I can easily cancel this. So the answer is 0. Then the Fourier transformation of the function f of x is 0 if a plus n is an even value. See if it's an odd. Next case is if a plus n is odd. If it's an odd value, then see what will happen. So this is the Fourier transformation of, so you have to check this one. So you have to check this equation. See here, then the Fourier transformation of the function f of x is equal to minus half. If it's an odd number, then this will be minus like that. So minus 1 by a plus 1. So if it's an odd number, so this will be minus again. So this will be minus 1 by a minus n. And this is minus 1 by a plus n. And this is minus 1 by a minus n. So you can observe that the Fourier transformation of the function f of x is minus half times of minus 1 into minus 1 minus 1. This will be minus 2 a plus 1, and this is minus 1 and minus 2. Minus 2 by a minus n. So I can take this minus 2 outside. So if I take this minus 2 outside, then this is a plus n plus 1 by a minus n. So I can easily cancel this one, and I can write as a plus n into a minus n, and this will be a minus n plus a plus n. So I can cancel this one, and what is the answer for this? The Fourier transformation of the function f of x. Fourier transformation of the function f of x is nothing but 2a by a square minus n square if a plus n is odd. So a plus n is an odd value. So this is the value if a plus n is odd. Therefore, we got the finite Fourier cosine transforms as the Fourier transforms of the function f of x is equal to C 0 if a plus n is even. So this value is 0 if a plus n is even, and this value, that is 2a by a square minus n square, if a plus n is odd value, if it's an odd. So this is how we have to show the Fourier cosine transforms and the Fourier sine transforms. So this is the finite Fourier sine transforms function is of the form 0 if a not equal to n and pi by 2 if a equal to n, and Fourier cosine transforms is nothing but 0 if a plus n is even, and 2a by a square minus n square if a plus n is odd. So this is how we have to solve. This is the most important problem. Meet you in my next video coming up very soon. Follow these videos and it will immensely help you in your preparation. And if you really like this video, please leave a comment, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Thank you so much.